You know, it's easy to look at this fall and from a coaching standpoint be, you know, maybe a little bit disappointed in the wins and losses area, but you know, it's, well, compared to the past, but I think the girls have done a great job, and you know, we went to Michigan for our first fall tournament, being a completely different team, and you know, I know the girls knew that they had their hands full. You know, you're going up there, you're playing 4 or 5 teams that are all landed inside the top 25 for last year's final national rankings, so they knew it was going to be a tough task. And you know, we went out there a little green and finished that weekend very strong, losing to a team that was, you know, top 30, 4-3 with a completely different lineup. So from that standpoint, you're excited because you realize, you know what, this isn't the exact team I've always had in the past, but it's a team of fighters. It's a team of girls that care, who are really pushing to be the best they can be. And from that standpoint, I was thrilled. So, you know, you fast forward through the fall a little bit, and we played a few more tournaments, and the wins started to come a little more. So from that standpoint, I would say, you know, not as great of a job as we could have done, but we did start turning it around, and that's something any coach wants to see. So the girls have worked incredibly hard this fall, so I'm thrilled with that. I'm completely thrilled with that. They came out there and they busted it every day. They worked on their stretching, their flexibility. So these are components that are so important to us for the spring. So they did a really good job with that. And, you know, I think that I'm proud of them. You know, I really am. Again, not our best results on the court for this fall, but I saw a lot of determination. And, you know, I would much rather have a lot of determined kids that want it than have a team that maybe is full of, you know, crazy talent who just doesn't care. And that's what I have right now, and I'm excited. I'll be honest with you. I'm excited about January. I know the girls are going to go home over break, and they're going to work really hard, and they're going to come back. And, you know, with the addition of 2 new players, I know everybody's hungry to make that lineup. Because the girls that are in the lineup this fall that maybe hadn't been in the past, they loved it. They enjoyed it. They loved that thrill of competing and winning. You know, we had several that brought home trophies this fall. You know, and in the past, they hadn't even traveled. So if you look at it from that standpoint, you're excited about it, and you know what we're capable of doing. And I keep telling the girls, look, you know, we're looking for, you know, the process. Do not worry about the outcome. It's the process right now. And they bought into that this fall, and we became a better team. Well, you know, every year we have this conversation. What's going to be your expectations for the spring? And I think any coach of any program at any school would tell you, you know what, we want to be this, this, and this. I don't have that. Okay, I'm not even going to put that out there. I want to go out there. Number one, I want to be healthy. I want to be very healthy as a team, as a unit. You know, because any coach knows and any fan knows that if one person goes down, it completely changes your lineup. It completely changes the course of the spring. So healthy is my number one goal. You know, everywhere from, you know, being conditioned to being, you know, completely stretched, no issues. Those things are very important to me. Number one, healthy. Number two, I would say my expectations would be to go out there and fight every point of every game of every match. It's something that's really important to me too, because if you look at our schedule, it's tough. It's really tough, you know, and I'm thrilled to know that we got invited back to the Blue-Gray tournament for the 2nd year in a row after finishing 2nd last year. As a 5th or 6th year program, you don't really see that often, and we were thrilled to be invited back. Well, you know, from a tennis standpoint, it's because they did a great job, and then also because I've got great kids, and the fans and the people there loved my team, which, how can you not? So, you know, I want to compete. And you know, and the third thing, again, I said it's really easy to say, oh, you know, we want to be top 50 or we want to be the, yes, obviously we do. Obviously we want to be an NCAA postseason team. Who doesn't? I mean, you want to be that program. And to be honest with you, I know we're capable. I know what we're capable of doing, and I know that we can do that if we're healthy, if we compete every point of every match. And number 3, focusing on the process. You know, I said it a few minutes ago, I'll say it again, and I think it's so easy for any team to look ahead. Well, we need to win this one, we need to win that one. You know what, you're too far ahead of yourself. We need to focus on the task at hand, and that is making sure you're competing for every point. You do all those little things, all those details, and the girls always say, details, I mean, they hear me say it all the time. That's what I look at. Anywhere from your warm-up, your dynamic warm-up at the beginning to your static stretching at the end. It's something I'm always looking for. And when these girls have kind of bought into details, they realize, well, hey, the wins just start coming. So you know what? That's what I want to focus on, the process. Healthy, Every point and process. That's something that's important to me and my coaching staff, and I know that the girls know it too. So, those things happen. We're dangerous. We're very dangerous, And I have a lot of people who will ask me, well, who are these 2 mystery recruits or something like that? I said, you know what? Even if I didn't get those girls, even if those girls weren't coming in January, I'm still proud of the product that I'm going to put out on the court in January. These girls care, and that means a lot to me. It matters to them if they win or if they lose, and that means a lot to any coach. So, again, I'm proud of the team. Of course, I have huge expectations for every spring that we're going to play, and we're getting better. From year 1 to, year 6 now, year 7, we've come so far, and it's because of those 8 young ladies that are out there busting it every day behind the scenes, doing things that a lot of people will never see them do, but they're doing it, and they're doing it well. So that's my expectations. When you end the season, top 64 in the country, you get invited to the ITA kickoff, which is held every year in January, and we're very fortunate to have been invited for the 2nd year in a row. That's an accomplishment that we're very proud of. This year we chose to go to Duke, and Duke's always a top 5 program, very tough team, and the field there will be very tough as well, and on top of that it'll be an indoor tournament, with it being in January in North Carolina. So, that's a great way to kind of really throw us into the fire quickly, to kind of see where we need help and where our strengths are. And, and then you just go through the season. I mean, and if you look at a lot of the schools that we're playing, we've got a lot of SEC teams that we play that are always very tough. And we also play that team down the road, and we love playing that team because that's always just a huge rivalry. So, then you have a lot of conference teams that have really done a good job of becoming a better tennis program. So every team that we play is going to push us. And, we know every time we take the court, it's a battle. And I told the girls in the very beginning, when we started this program over, I said, what, this year's schedule may be a little bit easier than the years to come. And, everybody bought into that. And, these kids don't want to play teams that they can just walk over. Nobody does. We're not going to become better as a program. So the schedule is tough this year. It's very tough, but I'm excited. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't have crazy anxiety before we play, because I do. I mean, of course, my heart rate's up because I know what my kids are capable of doing, and just go out there and get it done, and then, it'll handle itself. But it's a tough schedule, and I'm proud of the schedule. I'm proud of the way it's laid out, the way it's designed, of when we pick certain teams different during the year, outdoor versus indoor. Where we need to be peaking during the year. These schedules are crafted. There's so much more behind them than people really realize. So in any sport. So, right at the time that we're supposed to be peaking, we're going to take on some of these other teams. And, I'm excited to get going. I would say, if somebody was to seriously say, give me one real reason why we should come watch Tulane women's tennis play, I would say if you love to watch young athletes out there busting it every point, and having a good time, then we're the reason you should come watch us play. If you enjoy sports, if you enjoy watching emotion and watching, these kids really fight for something that they want, it's fun. You don't even have to be a tennis fan to come out there and watch it. Just watch somebody compete and really want something, And on top of that, my girls are really funny. They're very animated. You can walk by them at practice, and what we find is happening quite a bit. The people stop and they watch the girls because there's always something going on. Ipek's hollering something in Turkish. I mean, it's very entertaining. And you got Clara talking Czech. And then you've got, me talking Southern. And then you've got all these other girls talking all these other different, dialects. It's fun. It's a great environment. And like I said, and on top of that, they're great tennis players. If you enjoy to watch somebody who's good at their craft, I've got 8 girls that can do that for you right now. And also, to be honest with you, is it fun to go out and watch a female hit a ball, over 50, 60 miles an hour? It's fun to watch that. So come out and watch it. It's definitely entertainment for the afternoon.